Afternoon, Sampa. Welcome to Wayfarer, my mobile app final presentation, presented by me, Alvin Apia. So, Wayfarer is where memories come to life through smart journaling and immersive storytelling. In a world that moves fast where you don't have time to do traditional journaling, Wayfarer offers a thoughtful space to document your journeys and reflections through ease, blending intuitive design with powerful features like multimedia integration, location tagging, and biometric security. So some key features of my app include journal entry creation, adding voice to journals, add images to journals, add locations to journals, and lock and book journals. So for the tech stack, I use Flutter for the front end, Firebase for the back end, and Firebase, I use Firebase Auth for authenticating users, and then Firestore to store the journal entries. And because Firebase storage is paid, I use the free alternative, which is Cloudinary, which allowed me to store the images and voice recordings, and then store the URLs to those images and voice recording together with the rest of the journal entries in Firestore. So for the local resources, I use GeoLocator plus FataMap for the location tagging, image picker for gallery and camera, record plus audio players for allowing them to record audio and then play it back, and then local auth for locking journals. So this brings me to the end of the slide presentation. Now I'll take you to parts of my code. So I have this function, the add new media method function, sorry. So if the media type is media type.image, first it will ask for permission to use the gallery. Now depending on what the user clicks, it will either use the camera or the gallery to put the picture or the image on the screen. And also have an else if statement. So if the user clicks to add an audio, to ask for permission, and to that they go to record the audio by navigating them to the audio recording screen, and from there they can record and save it and to display back in the add journal screen for them to go to play the recording they just did. And the build toolbar icon is where they have the option. The build toolbar icon is where they have the option to pick. So if they click the gallery, the icon to allow them to pick the image from gallery. If they click camera, to allow them to use the camera directly from the app, or if they click voice, to allow them to add the voice recording. And the location, to the click location, this way I give them 3 options to choose the location. So they can use the current location, they can select on a map, or they can search a location. And to that I use GeoLocator plus Flutter Map. So if they select current, they just get their current location with GeoLocator. If they select map, it will open Flutter Map for them to select a specific location. And if they want to search to allow them to search. And finally, I have another build toolbar icon that allows them to hide the keyboard using the dismiss keyboard function here. So finally, when they are done, I have a save journal method that saves the journal. So as you can see, I said I use Cloudinary initially. So from here, I have the cloud name and the upload preset. So in the image URL, so what happens first, it uploads the images to Cloudinary and uploads the voice recordings to Cloudinary. Then it gets the URLs, and then together with checking if the location data is available, it uploads everything to Firestore. Now let me take you to edit journal. So one of the challenges I had with building my app was the location data wasn't being recognized when I clicked to edit a journal. And to fix that, I had to add debugging code. And through the debugging code, I was able to pinpoint what the issue was, where the issue was happening. And another issue I had was when I add an audio when I'm editing and I add an audio recording, and I add a photo after the audio recording and I save, for some reason the audio recording was being deleted. So again, I had the debugging code, and 2 days I was able to find out that what I had to do, or what solved the issue for me, was first I got to get the audio recordings from the journal entry first and from the media items before I do anything else. And through that, this is how I was able to fix some of the errors I had. Another issue I had was the privacy screen was not displaying the journal that I've logged. To fix that, I had to add a Firestore index. And this Firestore index, which has the user ID, is logged and date, I was able to display all the journal entries that I've logged. And this is how I implemented the bookmark functionality as well, where I have the boolean is bookmarked. So to display all the journals that have its bookmark set to true. And finally, for the home screen to display all the journals where its logged is equal to false. So displays all the unlocked journals, including bookmark entries. And finally, in the journal entry card, this way, so when they click the toggle to lock a journal, this is what happens. It updates the file store. So the variable, the boolean that I have, to update it to true or false depending on what the user is doing. And now the same for toggle bookmark too. Depending on what the user has, to update his bookmark to true or false. So these are just been some implementation of the code that implement the main features of my app. So next I'll take you to the main demo of the app. It's a demo of my app, Wayfarer, your journey, your story. So let's register. Let me create an account. First I'll put in my first name, put in my last name, type my email. So let's put in a password. So banana12345. So now when I register, it will take me to the login screen. For some added security functionality, the login screen should be the only way a user should be able to access the home screen. So now let's type my email and login. So I've added some basic functionality to check if the password is correct or if the email is correct. So now let me log in. To take me to the home screen, because I just created an account, I don't have any journal entries here. And you can see it displays here, welcome, my name, Alvin message. So now let's add a journal entry. Let's say I took a trip to Paris and I want to write about it. So let me add some photos. I'll allow all. And let's say this photo I took with my friends on the trip to Paris. Let's say now I want to take a photo directly within the app. To take the photo directly within the app and to display, click OK. And now the photo I just took will be displayed. Let's say I also want to talk about it, record my voice. Can also do that. So now I'm done recording, I can stop and I can click save. And I can play it back to if I want by clicking the play icon. My trip to Paris was very great. I really enjoyed it. It was really fun. Now see, I want to add location. The user has three options. Use current location and again allow permission. Finally, I'm in Berkususu. It displays Berkusu, Ghana. So let's see, I want to also search on the map. As I said, I went to Paris. And do that. And let's say I also want to search your location. So let me search for Atlanta, United States. The displays and I add it. And let me add something to the journal entry. So I'm done. You can click this hide keyboard on the far right here, and then save journal. So when it saves the journal entry, it will save to the home screen and it will be displayed there. So let's give it a second for it to display. So now I see my trip to Paris has been displayed. And from here I can do a lot of things. So first let me edit it. And now let's see, I want to add more photos. So I'll add more photos. Let's add more photos. Maybe I want to add another audio recording. Save it. You can play it again. The trip to Paris was really, really fun. For some add I want to add one last picture. So you can add as many pictures of audio as you want. And when you click save, to update the journal entry that is in the home screen. So just give it a second. And by default on the home screen, it shows 4 images. So all the other images that I added will just displays how many images left. So in total, it means I've added 6 media items. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, as you can see there. So now let me add another entry this time. Let's say trip to Accra, I guess. And then, or if you know, we not make a trip. Let me just say I am feeling good. This is great. So then I can save it. So now, as you see, I didn't add any picture or any media. So when I click edit, you see no media items. You don't see any location displayed. So from the home screen, I can do a lot of things as I said before. I can bookmark an entry. So I've bookmarked this I'm feeling good entry. When I go to the bookmark screen, you see it's the only thing that is displayed. And then when I remove bookmark, now there are no bookmark entries there. And I can also lock an entry. So let's say I want to lock this entry that I've already bookmarked. To let me put my fingerprints. So let's see now that I've bookmarked the entry. Now I see no bookmark entries because now that I've logged it should only display in the private screen. You can see that that entry that I added that I just logged has also been removed from the whole screen. So now let me go to the private screen and I can also use my pen if I want to. The Now you can see the journal that I logged displays. And now that the journal has been logged, if I want anytime I want to do anything to it, I would have to put in my biometric authentication first. So let's say I want to edit first, I have to do that again. Then this time, let me add this one picture and then save the journal. You can see that it will save the journal. It will display the updated journal on the private screen. Let's say I want to unlock the entry after that. Again, I have to use my biometric on the display. And because it was already bookmarked, now that I've unlocked it, it will display on both the home screen and the bookmark screen. And let's unbookmark it. So now, let's say I want to delete this entry. I no longer want it there. I can just click delete entry. And it shows the confirmation. Are you sure you want to delete? I am feeling good. It cannot be undone. So now that has been deleted. So let me add another entry. This time I'll just use random letters. And maybe I'll just take a picture. Click OK. So now you can also search a journal entry. So now let's say I want to search for test. You can see test is the only entry that is displayed here. When I go back now, I see everything is there. Now let's say I want to search for trip to Paris, but first I've accidentally entered these numbers, these letters, sorry, and these letters are not the titles of journal entries. So you can see that no matching journal entries found. So I should try a different search item. So now I click trip to Paris. Now you see trip to Paris, the only thing that's displayed. And then when I click the close icon again, I can see all the journal entries and it cuts across all the screens. So let's say I bookmark both of them. I go to the bookmark screen, I search test again. You can see test the only thing. And then let's say I want to lock both of them. Now see there's nothing doing this because all the journals I had have been locked. So when I go to a private screen, I can see the entry that have been locked. And again, I can search if I want test. Let's unlock. So this is my Wayfarer app, a journaling app that allows you to journal about trips or just if you are feeling whatever you're feeling in the moment. And finally, you have the settings screen where I offer the user basic functionalities like the ability to change your password, to log out if you want to, or to delete accounts. And for some other security functionality, the user has to type in the password that they used when they're creating their account. This is to ensure that not anybody can just access the user's phone and delete the account without the user knowing. So this is Wayfarer, and when I'm done, I can log out if I want to take me back to the login screen, and then back to the home screen where you can see my custom icon. So this has been the Wayfarer app. Thank you for listening to my presentation.